The situation in Iraq continues to stir up strong emotions. This afternoon, around a dozen people showed up outside of a military recruitment center in Grand Rapids while protesting the Iraq war. The protesters are trying to keep people from signing up for the military. They brought signs and drums to try to get their message across.
We're out here to call for an immediate end to the occupation of Iraq and to oppose Bush's escalation of the Iraq war.
With approval ratings for that war and the way it's being handled by President Bush on the decline, we wondered what, if any, impact it is having on getting people to sign up for the military. For a look at that, here's 24-Hour News 8's Rick Albin.
The president's call for a surge in troops and more recently a larger military during his State of the Union speech hasn't had an impact on recruiters on the ground here yet. But the continuing war means that all branches of the military need more young men and women to sign up. That Iraq is a violent and deadly theater of war is not news. Polls indicate the country's not happy with the way the war is being prosecuted. That unhappiness will be evident this weekend as war protests like these move to Washington. All the while, the war goes on, and with it, the need for men and women to fight that war. The Army knows just who they want.
To find qualified seniors, graduates to join the military. Able bodies that are willing to volunteer to serve the country.
Sergeant First Class John Delk is an Army recruiter from Muskegon, and he says despite the deteriorating support for the war in Iraq, the volunteers keep coming. The West Michigan region exceeded its goals for the last quarter of 2006, different from 2005 when it fell short. The Michigan National Guard uses commercials like these to talk to potential soldiers. West Michigan has the highest enlistment rate in the state for the Guard. Recent and soon-to-be high school graduates are prime candidates. Forest Hills Northern Principal John Gregory says recruiters come to his school looking for potential volunteers about once a month.
They don't actively walk around the cafeteria and try to recruit kids in. They sit there and offer the material for students to interact with them.
Unlike some areas of the country, Gregory says he has not heard objections from students or parents about the military's presence in school. Meanwhile, back at the Army recruitment office, pictures of men and women who have signed up but not yet shipped out are a sign that there are those willing to put on the uniform despite a war that lacks popular support.
I truly feel that on an overall basis, we haven't seen that big of a decline yet. The young men and women that want to join still want to join.
Sergeant Delk says he's looking for students with good grades and an aptitude to be able to adapt to an Army that is high-tech. To get them, the military offers big cash and education incentives for those who sign up. I'm Rick Albin, 24 Hour.